Hi, I'm Chef Lau, and this is Cooking at Home with New Zealand Creamery. Alright, so I'm gonna cook something that is perfect for breakfast. Of course, when we eat breakfast, what do we usually have? We have eggs, right? Today, I'm gonna cook a different kind of scrambled eggs. Actually, I call this cheesy Nacho Scrambled eggs, and I'm gonna use Chevital QUICKMELT cheese and Queensland butter. When we cook scrambled eggs, it's very important that your eggs are not so cold. As much as possible, if you can have your eggs room temperature, that's the best. Because if it's room temperature, it takes lesser time to cook your eggs. 1 dozen eggs. I'm gonna cook a lot of scrambled eggs. What you do with the eggs is basically you crack them and then you just put a little bit of milk. Now what the milk does when you cook the eggs, it actually helps create some steam, which makes your eggs more fluffy, and soft. So for every 2 eggs, you just put roughly 1 tablespoon of milk. You can also use water if you don't have milk, okay? So here, since I have 12 eggs, I'm gonna put around 6 tablespoons. Of course, you need to season your scrambled eggs with salt. I use sea salt and freshly ground pepper. So it's good to invest on a nice pepper grinder such as this because ground pepper is totally 100% better than powdered pepper. Now it's time to beat or whisk the eggs. Normally you can use a whisk, but not everybody has a whisk, so I'll just use a fork. What's important is you beat your eggs until it's really bubbly and foaming. That way, all the egg whites, the egg yolks are well incorporated. And you actually want air to go to your scrambled eggs because the air actually makes your eggs, again, fluffier and lighter. As you can see, there's a lot of bubbles forming, like a foam. That's what we're looking for. So now, we're gonna start cooking our eggs. I'm using here Queensland butter. You wanna melt your butter, but you don't wanna brown your butter. So you have to be careful. Don't make your pan super hot. Now the butter has melted. Now we're gonna pour the eggs. Now you wanna use something that's flat at the end, like a wooden spoon, because what it does is we're gonna actually use this to cook the eggs and it's gonna make a nice texture because of this. Don't use your fork or a spoon. Use a flat wooden spoon or a spatula, okay? You can see the eggs are cooking. You just keep rubbing the bottom of your pan to create this nice ribbons of, cooked scrambled eggs. Just keep doing this. Again, make sure your pan is not super hot. You see this? This is what we're looking for. A nice, soft, creamy texture. So you just keep doing this until it's almost cooked. At this point, you see the eggs are still very runny, but at the same time, you can see it's semi-cooked already. This is where you put our grated Chevital QUICKMELT cheese. You can put as much as you want. Of course, the kids love it more cheese, maximum cheese. So I'm gonna put like more than a cup full of cheese. Now I'm just gonna continue to cook it with the melted cheese. Wow, look how creamy this is. So you just let this cook until it sets a bit. But for me, I like it more runny, creamy, because when you take it out of the heat, the eggs still continue to cook. So at this point, I'm gonna turn off the heat and then we're gonna garnish this and make it even more special. I'm actually gonna garnish this with nachos. We have here red nacho chips. It can be any color, but I find it really cool because it's red. So you just break these chips, nacho chips, and you just top it on your scrambled eggs. Nice, no? Oh, your kids are gonna love this. I'm also gonna top this or garnish this with some tomatoes and onions. So we have here just red onion. So we're just gonna dice the red onions. And we just top it around the cheesy scrambled eggs. Then we're gonna add also some tomatoes. Now I have here nice cherry tomatoes. If you have, small cherry tomatoes, you don't really need to dice it small. What I'll do is just cut it in wedges. And we'll just top this again around. And to make it even more fresh and more tasty, we're gonna add fresh herbs. We have flat leaf parsley. You can use regular curry parsley or any fresh herbs like basil. We're just gonna rough chop this. When chopping herbs, you don't need to chop it a million times. For me, chop it once like this and you're good to go. You can add more cheese if you like afterwards, just for garnish. So this is cheesy nacho scrambled eggs made with Chevital QUICKMELT cheese and Queensland butter. Again, thank you so much. This is Chef Lau, and this is Cooking at Home with New Zealand Creamery.